Fire Lotus, and welcome back to another live Witches Chat. I've been doing these for about 4 years now. And during these, in these lives, we go over witchcraft, spirituality, paranormal, even conspiracy theories. Basically everything but politics and current world events, especially regarding religion and everything like that. And if you were tired, if you are fed up with the current shit that is going on online right now, well, congratulations. This is going to be an escape from that because I'm not talking about it. So done with that. Um, but yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna be. I still have to do a couple of things. Setting up for a spell that I have to do tonight. So I was like, you know what? I got time to kill, so why not just come and chat? Not to mention, I'm so fucking over the shit that is going on TikTok right now. Completely over it. People are losing their shits for no reason. So, you know what? Good morning, good morning. What is up? Just sitting here chilling. I don't even know what today's live is going to be on, but if I stayed on TikTok for any longer, my head would probably explode. Oh, yay. Good morning. Yes, I'm so happy. I actually like this time. 12:01. Not bad, not bad. And pleased to see you. But yeah, I'm over TikTok. I'm also that's actually what I wanted to talk about, which is something that a lot of practitioners won't speak about. Now if I can find the original podcast that I listened to that like broke this down perfectly, I will tag it below in the comments. Your candles will be going out later this month. Okay, sweet. Thank you. Super excited. Um, which is it's kind of a weird thing, especially now I do understand if you are a practitioner that also makes it's also your business of why you would admit this online. But y'all know me. I'm transparent as fuck, which is spiritual burnout. Basically, right now, especially right now, like before it was slightly different because you yourself were the person that was kind of overflowing you. But basically, what a spiritual burnout is just like a normal burnout, which is basically it's just where you have just done too much. And in some aspects, I'm also going through it, primarily with which I've always heard this, never take a passion and turn it into a career because it'll wind up ruining it. I haven't been doing readings on TikTok for like a month on site only. I'm with the readings I'm okay with. The readings and spell work I'm okay with, but when it comes to the actual content creation, I have no idea what people want. And it's weird because I say that and they're like, well, we want you to share tidbits of your life. And I'm like, I'm agoraphobia. It barely leaves. And I've spent the last 3 years almost nonstop talking about witchcraft. So if I'm not on TikTok, I'm on here. If I'm not on here, I'm in the Discord or I'm messaging people or I'm talking to it about my partner. Yeah, I'm not a content creator, lol. I'm a live action person. I want to get that way, but due to my agoraphobia, the internet does work better for me. But it's just like I'm in this weird area where like I've already done the witchy tips for beginners. Hello. I've already done that, and until I get to the point to where I get playlists, a lot of people do not like scrolling through videos, which I myself also hated, especially when you have over 1,000 TikToks and you're trying to find certain ones. But like I've gone over everything that I'm comfortable with going over. And due to that, another weird side effect of that, and I'll never admit this on TikTok, is I devote so much time for the content, for helping people, which I love. Do not get me wrong. I love. They should. Everybody should have a playlist at least after 1,000 followers. Like once you break that and you can go live, everybody should be able to have a playlist because my profile would be 10 times better. But I'm just like burnt out. And what they don't talk about is when you become a content creator or you create a community, it brings a lot of excess stress and pressure outside of your mundane life. Now, what I mean by that, and before I get into this, all of the pressure that I'm experiencing, it's completely in my own head. I understand that fully. But it's the fact that if I were to take like a month-long break, I get most of my views and most of my business from TikTok. You're the only witch I watch on TikTok. I'm still on your YouTube and Facebook. Way less drama and more useful information without the gatekeeping. Thank you. I try my best to. But like I myself are reaching that point to where I can view my content and realize that I myself have kind of like lost that spark, I guess you would say. And at first I blamed it on TikTok. I was like, it's TikTok's fault. It's not TikTok's fault. It is and it isn't TikTok's fault. We're living in an area and a era of where it's just like when the pandemic first broke out. For the first 4 months of 2020, the first 6 months of 2020, when you turned on TV, the only thing you heard was COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. And within that, like me and my partner had a conversation yesterday and the day before yesterday of we're realizing how much that has still impacted us. You're not alone. I'm stuck in a lack of content. Exactly. You're not alone either. I am right there. And it's also, we have this weird stigma that I feel if I were to post that on TikTok, so many people would take that as, oh, well, you're not a real witch. No, I'm truthful and honest. Everybody burns out, and I'm there now. Like, I have, and it's not about the followings, but I broke 15K yesterday, right? So there are 15,000 people that are following me. The problem is I don't know what they want. I know a lot of people follow me because of my content. A small section follows me because of the comedian aspect of it. And then the other portion, I'm assuming, followed me for all my like videos where I just pop the fuck off. The problem is I don't want to do that anymore. Is there any ability for you to accept the gifts via YouTube? I don't know, actually. I've never been able to accept one, I guess. I don't know. But thanks to TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and the podcast, we're constantly being surrounded by witchcraft. Like my For You page, I can do tons of sounds and lip sync vids, but when I need to make meaningful vids, I'm stuck. I'm the same way. With me, like literally right now, I had to go through my drafts because I had like 280 of them, so it took up too much storage. So I just went ahead and just randomly deleted some. I have already up to 200 videos because I'll film them and then I'll get in my head and I'm like, it's not going to go anywhere. What's the point? So I save it in my draft. Okay, I'll let you info. Take care. Must go. Okay, I hope you have a great day at work. And yes, we will definitely chat. But like I'm there because like I the creator I'm about to say I love, Coco the Witch. I love what she does. Basically what she does in a lot of her videos is she'll film them all during the weekend. That way periodically during the week she can post them. For one, I do not have the creative skills to do that. For two, I do not have half the shit that I would need to do that. I've seen so many people where they're like using their phone but also doing TikToks and I'm like, I'm not there yet. I have a phone. That is it. So, like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I started trying to change my content a little bit, and it's just not there. Coco's a dear friend, and she really is. Like, she is incredible, and I love the fact that I love her content. Straight up, I love her content. And I wish that's what I strive to do with my content, but I also made a promise to myself that I'm not the scripted type. Like, I don't script anything. I may remake certain things, but it all comes from in that moment. And I'm struggling with, like, making content because I'm like, what else could we talk about witchy? So it's not the fact that I don't have ideas for content. I do. But we also live in a world right now where if I were to make one single video, I could be completely canceled. Like, I want to address multiple things in the community, but due to the fact of how I look, I would be canceled right out of the gate. People are so confused that we're so close. She's a death with, and I'm a Christian witch. Oh, that is awesome. I suck at finding ideas for content. Honestly, I do too. I reached that point where I do too, because I'm like, I don't know what y'all want. Like, we have people that have broke down all the deities, which I don't work with deities. I mean, yeah, there's more folk magic videos that I could do, but it's the fact of, like, for one, and I know all of us have had this experience. Every single time we post a video regarding spell work, we get the spam shit. Yes, great. It's great content. It's great. It's interaction with our profiles. The problem is, for someone who's actually seeking magical services, if they don't understand that's a scam, they're gonna click on that and get scammed out of thousands of dollars, and then turn around and blame us. Like, I recently had a comment that apparently every time this person interacts with my profile, they get a friend request, and then they get a shit ton of, like, let me give you a reading. I feel drawn to you to give you a reading. Weird shit's going on. I could see you going by a script and changing your mind on wording, and you'd read live, you'd read real. Exactly, because, like, yeah, I would love to get to a point where I am more organized and technically more professional, but that's not real life. Like, and that's one thing that I've always hated about social media is you'll have these people that post and it looks like their lives are perfect, when in reality, they're drafts or they're staged and their lives are falling apart. So many things are covered beyond necessary. They really are. And that's another issue that I'm seeing is, thanks to Witch Talk, it's like everybody is being stuck in this box of things that they can do. Like, all the videos, cord cuttings, which I also do cord cutting, so I'm not hating on anybody, but cord cuttings. Let's see, putting shit in a jar. Okay, we got that covered. Just the same old things over and over again, versus before I even got a phone that could handle TikTok, I was doing so much witchy shit 24/7, and now it's become my work life. And then my partner's the one that has to deal with me having this complete break that, like, when I got swept up into the drama and my profile started getting like a bunch of viewers, I privated everything, and then Facebook came out with the filter for comments. So for like 2 months straight, all of my videos were not getting any fucking comments on it. And mentally I went down. I'm like, well, fuck. Come to find out, TikTok had just cut my fucking things off. So I had to, it's so much. And then it's like, TikTok is hell. It literally is hell, to the point where I'm tired of saying it, but it really is, because it gets you sucked in because you get all the views, right? You get the views. You may not get the interactions, but you get the views. And then in order to stay relevant, you're having to scroll through. And if you have ADHD, you know how that is, where you're scrolling through and you look at the clock and it's like 8 a.m. and then you look at it again and it's 3 o'clock. You just scrolled your entire day away. But it's also on a personal stance with my practice. I'm in one of those voids where, like, out of the one thing that I've always been envious of other practitioners is when you ask them, well, what do you believe? And they have their entire beliefs, like, broke down. That is not me. Most people on TikTok are over forced on their basics, which I've had for years. It's hard to find characters that are beyond. Exactly. And, like, it really is. Like, they're always going over the basics, the basics, the basics. And then, like, I've made a video and I'm like, you know, instead of sticking to all the herbs that is in that godforsaken book that everybody swears by, that I absolutely hate, when I started learning about Appalachian folk magic, but specifically Southern conjure, I learned that they use some of the same herbs we do, but they have completely different meanings to it. And I made a video and I was like, look at what other practices and the correspondences they use for their herbs. It could broaden yours. And of course, right off the bat, conjure's the closed practice. That's why I said Southern conjure. But then they want to call out how experienced they are in the same breath. Exactly. And I'm like, you do realize, for one, most witches, or depending on how you are with energy, when it comes to spell videos, we can feel that energy. So there are so many of those videos and these practitioners that are like flexing that they're this huge, powerful witch. And I'm like, no, the fuck you ain't. I could train a 4-year-old to be stronger than you when it comes to this shit. Why? Because you're focusing on the basics. That's it. And I understand as a new witch, I do understand all the questions, like, I don't know where to begin. I don't know the whole, well, there's only Wicca and pagan. That's it. Everything else is closed. I had another person come to me, which I did explain, with their like, I want to be a death witch, but I also want to be a kitchen witch. And I was like, I understand what you mean, as in like what you want to focus on, but you can be all of that. You can be a moon witch, a crystal witch, a water witch, a sea witch, every witch in between. It doesn't matter. It's your personal craft. And with me, I don't even know what I call myself. Like, depending on who I'm talking to, you'll get a list of answers. Because to me, at the end of the day, I'm a practitioner. I'm a witch. That's it. Do I focus on death and use bones? Yes. No, I do not use coyote bones before anybody asks us that question. Now, apparently, though, I am using certain things that would be considered closed, but also only because we only have it here in America. So there's a lot of my practice that I will not show on TikTok. Hello? No, it's okay. You never have to apologize for being late. Now I've actually shared more on this app than I have any other app. You helped me learn that I can be a kitchen witch and work with demons at the same time. Of course, and that's what drives me crazy about that godforsaken community on there, is they've got it in people's heads that, like, you can only choose. This is not Hogwarts. You are not chosen a house. You get to choose a house. And what I tell people is, like, spend a certain amount of months on this subject. And without overdoing yourself, you don't want to get burned out on that subject, switch to this subject. And then just continue going it. Actually, no, fuck, I changed that. I wish this was Hogwarts, because I would, oh, there's so many things. I would never kill anybody, but I would make so many people look fucking funny. It's not even funny. But like with the bowls, the money prosperity bowls, technically mine's a box, but we're getting fixated on that. There are so many other herbs that are great for bringing in money versus cinnamon or bay leaves. There's magnets. Nobody really talks about that. Lodestones and magnets. Use them to what? Attract money, attract prosperity. And do not even get me started on the crystal confetti. If you have crystal confetti in your store, I'm not hating on you. I'm hating on the lives and the videos of they're like, oh, we get an order. Let's see how much you get. These are the same witches that are hating capitalism that's turned around and driven up crystal prices because of the app. And Moldavite's the most powerful crystal in the world. Auralite 23. Congratulations. Auralite 23 is a regular crystal that does not have 23 different minerals mixed into it. If people actually did their research on this, and I learned it through a podcast episode that I did with Nicholas, they would realize that when the new owners of that place where Auralite 23 comes from, when they bought it and they kind of revamped it, they try to like revamp it and everything, they faked some of the testing and they renamed the crystal Auralite 23, stating that it has 23 different minerals in it and or different types of crystals. It does not. It is literally just a crystal. Moldavite. I've had Moldavite. I've had it for 4 years now. Has a lot of shit happened? Yes. Have I known certain things with wearing it? Yes. Like my depression got 10 times worse if I wore it too long. I've never heard of crystal confetti, but sounds like a huge mess of tiny sharp pieces all over. People underestimate the power of simple river rocks. They really do on the river rocks. And the crystal confetti is, there are videos where it's basically just a mixture of like the shiny, basically just a mixture of different crystals. And they'll scoop, and it's so fucking funny to me because the scoops that they use, they're always so small. And I'm like, if you want crystals, instead of paying $35 for that, go on Etsy And for $25, you can find a pound of polished and or unpolished, or my favorite, rough. And you can find a pile of them, a pound, for $25 plus shipping. So depending on the shipping, $28 to $29. And voila. That's how I started gaining the crystals that I got. And then my following got up and people started sending me crystals. And now I have too many crystals that I don't even know what to do with. But yes, 100% with river rocks, natural rocks, natural rocks. All rocks are natural. But yes, rocks, river rocks, I love collecting them. And they're also more powerful than crystals. But, like, these are the things that I don't understand. To me, they're oxymorons, because most witches are supposed to be against capitalism and all this other shit. But at the same time, we live in a world that money makes the world go round, which means if you don't have money, you don't have a home, you don't have food, unless you live off the land. Then kudos to you. And then at the same time, we're going to come up with crystal confetti. And then what blows my mind the most is people bitch and complain because Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and all these other places are starting to sell this shit, but yet they get pissed off because it's a big corporation. What's the difference from a big corporation building them and then somebody who literally got $1,000, bought a shit ton of crystals, and then turned around and started selling them? And personally, with me, if you are not a magical practitioner, you should not be selling witchy stuff and or witchy supplies. And that's a hill that I'll die on. Only because I believe that if you are a practitioner, if you are a store owner who makes witchy things, you need to have the knowledge to understand of what they're going to use these things for, and also to work energy in with them and everything like that. And I've seen so many people, they'll jump up overnight and automatically become this witchy store seller. And I'm like, bitch, bitch, you don't even have 3 years of experience. Why are you trying to sell things now? But I mean, at the end of the day, to like each to their own on that. But like, I don't understand. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying I'm this all-powerful, all-knowing witch. I learn so many things every single day. I relearn things and or I unlearn things, depending on the situation. But it's just, people are overdoing it. It's dead, it's done, it's been overdone. I'm not even looking for spooky season this year, only due to TikTok. But yeah, so like, I have no idea where my content's going on TikTok. I may very soon, I don't know when, I am thinking about, because I originally stated that I'm going to start focusing on this platform for this year. And it's already fucking, we're almost going on the 3rd month and I have not succeeded in that yet. I don't know what it is either. What I think that's fucking with me today is this stupid fucking pressure system that's moving in. I cannot stand these pressure systems because they make me feel bleh. Not energetically, but physically make me feel bleh. And it's like, now it's like, I just realized I got all these. The history of rocks. The history from the driveway of a family home. I have seen it so potent. Easy way to make money. It really is, and that's the sad thing. Because, like, if I really wanted to be, like, a cruel person, I could easily scam people into making money. But that's not me. I could never do that. Primarily because I'm afraid of what my ancestors would do if I did do that. But I don't understand that. And me and my partner were talking, and his word for me is incredible, because, which I don't even know if I'd be able to fully open up with my backstory on this platform without getting it yanked down. But he's like, you're amazing, because no matter what you've been through, you would think most people that have been through what you had been through, normally they're these like cut off, jaded, like mean, just, you know, those people that just hate life because of what they've been through. With me, on the other hand, the reason that I am the way that I am is because I never want to put somebody in a situation and or do the things that have been done to me. I never want that for somebody else. And I've been scammed out of money before, multiple times. So when I set this up, I won't agree to something unless I know for a fact that I can do it, or at least do it halfway. Because I tell anybody who comes to me, whether that's a reading, a consultation, or magic services, I tell them, look, I am a practitioner, but magic is not 100% guaranteed. So we may be exchanging this, and it could be a complete dud on your end, but that's magic. The Halloween Hocus Pocus 2, we're back. Now I am looking forward to that. Like the movies and stuff like that I am looking forward to. But like I don't like how some videos make me. Like I get weird about certain things. Let me rephrase that. I get jealous, and I don't like being jealous, because to me that if and what I mean by the last video, if y'all saw it, if y'all see it, what I mean by a phrase that I said is, I was always taught that if you let somebody ruin your day, and or if you let somebody piss you off, which eventually ruins your mood and ruins your day, it is going to completely, you are literally taking all of your power and just placing it into someone else's hand, because they're dictating how you feel. Now, of course, depending on the situation, that's okay for like 5 or 10 minutes. But after the 10-minute mark, depending on the situation, if I'm still feeling this way, I'm giving that person that energy. They have power over me. Been off of TikTok all week. I need to, but what winds up happening is I'll get bored, and then my brain's like, my ADHD brain is like, hey, remember that thing with like all the flashy information and everything? You should go do that. And then I get stuck on there. Exactly, you choose your own happiness. And yes, there is a Hocus Pocus 2 that is coming out, I want to say on Halloween this year. Um, with the original sisters in it, and I think the original dead guy. I'm not for sure on that. And with 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 social media, we all know at the end of the day, if you are on social media, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Because, well, you know, either way, you're getting information. Oh, I hope it was a good week. I wish I could say that I have a lot going on, but to be honest, I do not. Besides making content, answering emails, answering messages, talking to people in the Discord, I literally have no life outside of this app. And obviously besides gardening and house shit, because me and my partner, we used to, there's a lot that a lot of people do not know about me. And it's just because I've thrown in tidbits every now and then, but I'm not yet to that point where I want to just like reveal everything. And the first 2 years of me and my partner me getting down here, we were constantly all over the place. We'd go everywhere. Constantly on the road. And as we've gotten older, oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. Holy shit, I was not expecting that. My condolences. Um, and through that process, we also got jaded by a lot of people, and or basically we got fucked in situations, and somehow we were the ones that ended up on the bottom versus the top. So when we moved out here and we started getting our shit together, I looked at my partner and I was like, I'm done with like the whole circle of friends shit. Yeah, I'm done. Like, I will be completely happy and content with just living here like a hermit. And now that I say that, it's driving me crazy. I mean, we do still do things like, I get to go in on Saturdays and stuff for his partner. You were my first social media thing all week, and I'm grateful you always cheer me up. Aw, thank you. That makes me happy. Um, but I need to pick like a full week where I just go MIA from social media. I don't think I could do that. It's also how our lives are, though, because like most people, they probably have internet, you know, cable, something like that. We don't. We have our phones. We have a TV. I got to work on getting him a game system and or cleaning out his old game system to see if I can get that up and going. But other than that, we just use our phones. And we don't have cable or anything like that because it's fucking expensive. Um, Shit. Now, actually, no. Actually, now that I think about it, if I were to have to pick between cable Oh no, I'd still have to pick Netflix. I'm over the whole streaming thing. Shit's getting more expensive and more expensive and more expensive every fucking day. Um, but like we'll go out, we'll have our stoner date nights, is what I call stoner date nights. But other than that, we stay to ourselves, like completely. And then the friends that I did still have, I kind of now I've made friends since being on TikTok. It really is. It kind of, I don't know, because with how our lives are going right now, my partner is the main one that brings home the bacon versus when I get readings and stuff like that. So right now we're making enough to pay the bills and not starve. We're living. But we have Netflix and we have Disney Plus. We're gonna have Hulu again in the next 2 months because Motherland, their last season's coming in. But Netflix sucks right now. And then fucking Disney Plus, it sucks too. um, which I also think is just because we're in that weird new start of the year, so where things haven't fully started rolling out yet. Um, and then I think next month we're gonna basically every other month we're gonna start switching services to try to see which ones we like the most. I know I've got to get the Sundance app so I can watch Discovery of a Witch, the third season. Um, and then when I get my computer fixed, things will get 10 times easier with this as well, because once I get my computer fixed, not only I won't be able to go live on my desktop because I'll be using my Bluetooth, but I'll be able to edit videos. I'll be able to actually bring like articles and shit up as I'm filming these. So it'll be like my original lives on my Facebook page when I first started all of this 4 years ago. Um, but with that though, and kind of back to the spiritual bypass, not spiritual bypassing, spiritual burnouts and witchy burnout, it is a thing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of creators right now, and even witches in general, are there at that point. And that's okay. Everybody gets burned out once in a while. You just have to kind of rest. The last time this happened with me was when I took a week off. Did I take a week off? I took about a week off, and I literally spent the entire week watching Scooby-Doo. Completely. And now I'll be doing the same thing very soon. Because, like, it's just like those moments where haven't tried the Pluto app. I have tried the Tubi app, and then I also the CW app is also free. The only thing I don't like about the CW app, which they do have an extension to that has more of their older shows on it, like Secret Circle, what is the other? Lost Girl, the original sci-fi shows that they used to have on. Oh, I gotta try that one too. But with the CW, you can watch the shows that have recently come out. The only thing I don't like about them is they won't have the entire season of them. They'll only have a few episodes of. But that's how I watched Nancy Drew. Fuck, what other show did I watch? Charmed, which I don't even know if that's gonna come back because they had like fucking 3 people. One person exited, one of the sisters exited, and then the not Leo, the white lighter on there exited, and then I think they had recently just had another one also exit. So I don't even know if that's going to be around anymore. I know we're going to get a bunch of cool ass horror movies this year. They're finally breaking the script on, we're getting some actual like new movies. I hope so. I personally, once I detached myself, my emotional detachment, and me telling myself and realizing that yes, it has the same name, kind of the same storyline, but they're trying to redo it all and bring it to another generation. I don't know. Which apparently yes, that's what I was talking about. The remake of it. Right at the end of season 3, I want to say it's the tallest sister. It's not Maggie, it's the other one. She left. I want to say it was her. One of the sisters left. And then it was actually their third sister, the sister that came to them. She left. And they didn't need that because it literally is repeating the same history of the original Charmed, because after season 3 was when they killed off Prue and brought in Phoebe. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. No, wait. They brought in Paige. There we go. Yes, Macy. Thank you, Macy. Macy is the one who left, and then fuck. I want to call him Leo, but he's not Leo. The English guy who was the White Lighter, he left, and then they had somebody else leave. So I have no idea how the fuck they're gonna do that one without copying the second. They could theoretically bring their cousin into it when they because in one of the seasons they brought in their cousin that focused on brujeria. Harry, yes, Harry. Thank y'all so much. I love the fact that y'all are helping me with this. Yes, thank you. Harry left. Sadly, because that is one sexy motherfucker. And then it would be cool. There's so many things that they could do. They could do the house, supposedly the House of Night series is supposedly being looked at right now. That rumor, though, has also been going on since fucking shit, the second, third book came out. I wish they would hurry up and do another season of Winx. Or was it Winx? No, what did they call it? Fate? Whatever the fucking Winx remake live action is on Netflix. And then I don't know where it's going to be released, but thanks to TikTok and Instagram, somebody is working on a modern day witches documentary. The new ones, if you get past the first season, actually turns out to be okay. I didn't like the first season because they made it a little too social justice. They had too many political things in there, and or a lot of the movements that were happening in the real world they also had in the first season, but luckily in the second season they kind of near away from that. I've been waiting for Charlotte Hunter TV show. Dark Hunter for almost 10 years. Oh, that would... I've read one of their books. It would be really... I think I've read one of their... or halfway read one of the books in the Dark Hunter series. They need to do a sweep series. There are 16, technically 18 books in the sweep series. If that is not enough to do one hell of a TV show, I don't know what there is. They did that a lot. There were a lot of good TV shows that were about to be produced, and they just cut it. And then we're getting another Supernatural. I don't know if they're going to continue with the Supernatural series or if they're making a spinoff. But there's already going to be one spinoff, which originally was called Legacies on TikTok, and then they actually got their script picked up, and they completely changed everything about it. Except for they're going to be going around hunting for monsters. So that's going to be interesting. But, like, other than that, there's not really much happening right now. Like, at all. So. But, anyways, I think that's going to do it today. Should have been a little bit longer, but this fucking energy of this weather here in Florida, I'm hating right now. See, I heard that, and then I also heard that the original two actors, Dean and Sam, went to the directors, and they're like, we are totally down to do, like, something else. So, besides The Simpsons, I'm assuming that's going to be the second fucking running thing. But, yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I may go live when I go to check the mail. I'm not for sure on that. It depends. And hopefully that's going to be soon too. It's 12:38. No, I still got about an hour and a half. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Tomorrow is Friday, so I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. If I am at home and if I can, I will go live. But if not, I will see y'all Monday. I guess I'm gonna... I don't know. My lives will... Just always remember my Facebook, my YouTube lives, Monday through Thursday, it'll start anywhere from like 10:30 to 11 up until 12. But yeah, thank y'all so much for everybody who's commented, shared, like, all of that. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. And if y'all have any questions or anything like that, feel free to hit me up on Facebook Messenger and or the Discord and or TikTok. So yeah, until then, I will see y'all later. Peace.